Hi everyone. Now I'm going to show you how to use the two worksheet name and worksheet index functions that we've touched on in the last couple of videos I've made. So just a little bit of a recap. This first column here, I'm getting the worksheet name based on a, a reference to that sheet. I'm using A1 on each of these sheets, and that returns the name of that sheet wherever the reference came from. That's the first function that I posted a video on. The second cell here, this is a standard Excel worksheet function, this sheet, and it will return the index of a sheet by the reference wherever you select on any sheet. And all I'm doing is I'm using an indirect lookup using my name of the sheet that I just got from the other function and telling it to look at cell A1 and it returns the index. Now the last function I posted a video on is where I have the worksheet name returned with the only argument being the index. So this I can move around the sheets and these all stay the same, even though one's looking up based on the other's info and this one's looking up on that one. The only thing that changes is the worksheet index, which is good. That means our functions are performing properly. So here's a static list of just worksheet indexes where you will see the worksheet numbers or the positions of the worksheet actually change as I move sheets around. And you could be asking, okay, that's all great, but what can we really use this for? We use it to organize worksheets for estimates or different project data. And in this case, what I want to be able to do is maybe Craig, Craiger, Craigist, and Sub are employees, somebody that we want to gather up some data that's in a uniform position on each sheet. So let's move those in between the carets here, and we come back to our summary sheet and we see those are the only two that have appeared down here with my long functions that I've got up top. So all that function is doing is looking at the position of any sheets between the indexes I've looked up on these static sheets. So I look at the index of sheet or of the left caret, I look at the index of the right caret, and I look for tags in between. So you might want to study that formula just a little bit to fully understand it, what I'm doing. It can be a little bit overwhelming if you're not that new, if you're new to functions. So let's give an example here. So if I knew another indirect like I did up here, and I say I want to return the value of any sheets between those, let's say the sum of here to here, and we'll call it I1. And maybe I1 is a salary, who knows, 60. That's 60,000 that shows up there. The total down here equals the sum of whatever sheets I've got between my carets. Now if I go to sub and I go in here and maybe it's a part-time worker, we'll call it 25,000. Back to our summary. Sub's not showing up. I haven't copied that formula yet. Change this to be, I did that wrong. I need to say this is that formula. This will only equal the indirect let's see, indirect ended with. Let's see where that gets us. There we go. So there's 60,000 should have been, let's change this argument to row. To got wrong now. Back over here, we'll say that, and we'll just drag our formula. How's that? Okay, and now this, we'll leave it purely a sum on the sheet like I had originally. Come into Kreger and the other one here, we'll just put some various numbers in these. Just say the sheet's filled with data, and who knows, these aren't salaries. I don't know what they could be costing. So those cells have data on them, but they don't show up here in my totals. If we want to move Kreger into it, now we'll see, need to drag that down. I need to handle not what an error return is. So we're going to change this to be equals if error if it's an error will return to 0. So let's just say this is all of the possible worksheets we would be looking at this area here. But you see now that I've drug in my sub at 25, or at Craigist at 60, I put Craig in there wherever. Now we see that I've got all of those costs, whatever this is, showing up within this, and that's our total for all those sheets. Quickly drag pieces and parts out or do multiple groups of these carrots and the contents of the worksheets within those carrots and move it around and watch it pop right out and move those values. It matter where you move them as long as they're outside of the carrots. So again, if you feel like taking a look at the formulas, do a snapshot so you can get this to work for yourself. That's everything I've got within those cells. And the way I did that was control and then the tilde up there to the left of your number 1 key. Not very complex formulas other than the getting the sheets between the carrots here. Anyway, that'll be enough for that function. Feel free to send any comments, questions, and let me know what you would like to see that could make this better for you or your company. Like, subscribe, and we'll keep posting. Thank you.